Hey everyone! So today I have some new presets for NBP ColorLogic. Now they're included with ColorLogic. They'll be emailed to you if you already own it. And if you go buy ColorLogic today, you'll get this preset pack and every single one that came before it. So it's really a huge collection of presets. Now today you may notice, here they are in the bottom here, that the presets are only 10 of them. And I say only because usually my preset packs have about 20. And this one only has 10. And the reason why is that hopefully I can challenge you to explore color, not just by layering and stacking presets, which works really well, which is why I have so many of these with ColorLogic, okay? That way you can literally explore, I don't want to say randomly, but very creatively and exploratory. You can just kind of stack these things on top of each other and see what you can find. Well, here, these are a little bit different because see, look, when I say explore color grading, I don't just mean stacking looks that are pre-made for you. I mean, what are the different methods to color? Because there are so many different ways. Of course, there's, adjustment layers. You can put them out there. There's hue and saturation to shift the hue around, color balance, selective color lookup if you want to use LUTs. And of course, there's so many different ways to go about doing it. Never mind opening up Camera Raw if you want. Curves, RGB curves, of course, is perfect. We do that a lot in ColorLogic. But there's also another method that I like doing, and it has everything to do with solid color layers and then luminosity masking via blend if. Now, there's so many different ways we can play with that, but here, these are set up to let you see what's possible, and then I encourage you to play. Let me explain what I mean. Let's go to the first one called NBP Pleaser. You tap that, you get a look. It's pretty heavy, which is pretty normal in my ColorLogic presets because I encourage you to change opacities. Scale it back to something that makes sense for you. How about like a 35%? Let's look at that. Went from there to there. Nice little grade. I'm going to put a little stronger for the video. Here's a 50% grade. Now, what's happening here in this grade? Let's open the folder and find out. We have two different solid color layers. Okay, so if you double click any of them, you'll get your color picker and you can choose a color, which we will in a minute. Okay, there's the shadows and there's the highlights. Now, how are they shadows and highlights? Well, if you look over here to the right, you see this little symbol on the layer. That means blend if, or at least some kind of layer style has been implemented, right? Double click it. This whole window opens up. Right here, the bottom area, underlying layer, we have that orange color blended from the deepest shadows and slowly going away into the midpoint. On the highlights, double click, and you'll see the opposite of blend if is doing that. Now, what does all this mean? Well, if we turn off the highlights, you'll see that the shadows are only in the shadows, mostly going up, blending away into that midpoint. The highlights, of course, are in the highlights. You can see them by themselves. Very good. And they're set to color blend mode. Okay, both of them. And then the whole thing is set to usually 100%, but I brought it down to 50% to make it a little more palatable. What does all this mean for you? Well, okay, let me delete that one again. Let's try aqua. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, there's a look. Changes. Okay, that's another look. What about ascend? Okay, very subtle. What about acceptance? What's acceptance? Ooh, that's kind of intense. What does all this mean? Here's what I want you to do. You can stack them, sure, and they look okay. But here's what I really want you to do. Let's say you put acceptance, and you think, I kind of like that. But here's what I want you to do. I want you to open up the solid color layer. You can choose any way to select color, but I recommend if you're really trying to figure out the hue, tap on the little circle here for H. Now take the slider and move the hue around. You have a green, you have a cyan, you have a blue, you have purples, you have red. And of course, if you tap on saturation, the S, you can take that saturation down, make it a little more subtle. And of course, the brightness. All this is just going to make it a little more muted on the saturated side. Okay, so now we have like a pink look. I don't know. Double click the green one, go back to H, and see what happens with other colors. There's a pink, there's a yellow, bright red, cyan, maybe a more pure green. Let's go for a pure green. Look at that. And of course, we can change the opacity as well of each one. We can change the opacity of the pink one maybe to 60%, and then the green one maybe to 40%. Okay, we can leave them both at 100%. We can change the entire folder to 50% and take it down just a little bit. I want to show you what's possible. On top of that, let's turn off the green one for a moment. On top of that, if I double click the blend if, but bring it open, I can increase the range of luminosity that the pink is shown on. So you can go all the way, you can get all the way to the top. It'll be maximum at the black, at the darkest side, and then slowly fade away into the highlight, which is really dominant right now. If I turn on the green and color over that, double click here, I can make the green fade all the way as well. It's going to dominate on top of the pink because of the color blend mode. But let's see what we do here. This is interesting. Now they're both maximized, as it were, blending from highlights to shadows and reverse on this one. They're both maximized, and on color, the green tends to dominate. If I put the pink on top, the pink dominates. Okay, so let's capture both of them, and let's change that blend mode to soft light, for example. Okay, that's interesting. Off and on. We're adding an interesting sort of tonal contrast very, very subtly using these colors. And if we use stronger colors, you'll start seeing that tonal contrast come in. Stronger in saturation, I mean. You'll start seeing that tonal contrast come in a lot more intensely using soft light. So you see what I did there? The preset started in color blend mode and used a certain way of setting up blend diff. And then now I'm somewhere else. I'm in soft light blend mode and I've expanded the blend diff. You can turn off the highlight and just keep the pink, etc., etc. You can change the order, which will change the look a little bit, even on soft light. You can, again, select them both and try overlay, which is a little stronger. Okay, that's a lot stronger, actually. Maybe make the whole thing 50%, 65%. Now we have color and we have another tonal contrast push. In fact, I'm going to zoom in on this so you guys can see better. So because of that, who knows what direction you can take this, which is why I only have 10. I could technically only have one, but I want to have multiple ones to show you what it's like to explore color in this way. All right, so let's go ahead and go to growth. Why not? Let's go to growth. Very subtle once again, but we can come back in here and say, you know what? I like where this is going, but I want a little more of the pure blue. I like a lot more saturation if that's okay. I'm going to change that one specifically to overlay. Kind of like where that's going, but I'm going to brighten it now that I see how it looks. Excuse me, I'm going to go to saturation and take that down just a bit. Cool. And then on this one, I'm going to increase in the shadows, I should say, increase the saturation. And make it a little more on the pink side. And I'm going to leave it on color, but I'm going to make it 50% opacity. And on the overlay here, I'm going to expand the range of the blue. Expand the range of the blue. Okay, not bad at all, but I need to make that a little bit brighter. So I'm going to choose something like maybe here. It's going to be a little bit tricky because of the color that I chose, but I don't mind it so much. Maybe I'll make it more towards the purest, brightest highlights, something like that, okay? That's 50%, let's make it 65, okay? From there to there. I've created a look, I've played around with the look. And if I don't like it, I can just delete, put another one out. Maybe aqua is exactly what you want. Maybe it's not. Come in here and be like, you know what, we're going to make this one, maybe not a red, let's make it a yellow. Gonna make it like a deep kind of ugly yellow, which I don't mind, maybe a little brighter. And then here we're gonna make this a brighter cyan green thing, something like that. And we're gonna change that to overlay. We're gonna make this one color. Yeah, color's probably okay. And I encourage you to play with different ones too, guys. Okay, you never know how this can be for you. Okay, something like this. I don't mind that so much, but let's take that and put it in the deepest of shadows. So we're gonna move this in. Now it's affecting the midtones a little less because it's only on the deepest shadows. Cool, cool. I have already some shaping. You see how our face changed? We have some highlight shaping and we have a grade. This is why I created this set called shaders, because I want you to put them out there and then play. And if you learn from it and think, hey, I can do this on my own. I can put a solid color out here. I can pick any color. I can put it on color blend mode. I can double click the right side here and put it only on the shadows. Cool, cool. And I can change the saturation because that's a little bit strong and maybe darken it a little bit. Cool, cool. And I changed that to 50%. And now I have a red sort of grade, maybe 75%, a red sort of grade that I like. Or I can try soft light or overlay, maybe 100%, maybe increase the saturation. You see where I'm going with this, guys. I'm just playing around until I get kind of a look. Same thing can be done with gradient maps. And we've shown you that before in other videos, and gradient maps do make appearances in ColorLogic. But this is about having these quick little presets to throw something out there, and then you can choose how you want to modify your highlights and your shadows to create different looks that could be very inspiring to you. Even if they start strong, even if they're not in the right blend mode, who knows where you can take them, put it on soft light, change it to 60%. Now you have a very subtle grade that hints at maybe this kind of vibe. And maybe that's too strong. Maybe make the blue one 50%, make everything stronger. Cool. Now we have a stronger lime highlight. Look how subtle that is. You never know if that's exactly what you want. Put on overlay, everything gets a little stronger. Put it on color blend mode, everything gets a little bit stronger as well. You never know what can work. Now, some of the other blend modes can be fun and experimental as well. Don't get me wrong. Hue is interesting, but it's not going to change low saturated areas because hue does not modify saturation. But it can be absolutely useful. Try it out. And of course, some of the more experimental ones could be a disaster for you. I don't know. But I encourage you to try overlay, soft light, hue, and color, because they're going to be the most obvious ones for color grading. So again, just another one. It's free for ColorLogic customers if you have it already. And if you do buy ColorLogic, you're going to get those shaders to play around with and experiment and modify any way you want, plus all the other packs and all the normal ones that come with ColorLogic, as well as all the finalizers. And we have videos on how all of these work, so please check those out. But it's just another little extra thing for ColorLogic that I think you guys will enjoy.